A killer on the loose in Gwinnett County after gunning down a father well known in his neighborhood for trying to help people in need. Details on this gunman suspect still sketchy tonight, with neighbors very desperate for police to catch him. Now, who killed 42-year-old Joe Love, who many neighbors called their brother? Ryan Kruger's been talking to police all night about the case, and Ryan, neighbors say, by all accounts, the victim was well loved by everyone in that neighborhood, would help folks out. Any idea about a motive tonight?
Well, police are saying right now they're still trying to work on that. A lot of neighbors believe the motive might have been robbery. The guy ran his own business. He even had a recording studio in there, so he did have a lot of equipment. Maybe that was what some of the neighbors believe. I'll tell you, one neighbor told me he heard upwards of 20 shots. Tonight, police don't know if they're looking for just one killer or multiple killers.
Looking at the outside of Joe Love's Norcross apartment, neighbors are reminded of the good times and the tragic. The grill out front represents those happier moments. It's where you would often find Joe in the summertime.
Joe was like a brother to me, actually. You know, we was real tight. I've been on him for 5 years. We gave many cookouts together, you know, a lot of, Super Bowl parties and things like that.
But then there's the shattered window. Gwinnett County Police say a second man was in the apartment when shots were fired. He jumped out of the window to escape. That man survived, but Joe Love died on scene.
Yeah, I moved over 5 years ago. My friend right there took me in. Joe took me in. Good guy, did nothing to nobody.
Friends gave us these photos of Joe. He was a father who owned his own pressure washing business.
My daughter and his daughter were very close friends, like sisters, you could say.
He didn't deserve none of this. He was a good guy. Generally, I know you hear that from a lot of people, but Joe was a good guy. Great guy. He took me in 1 month after I stayed moved there. He didn't deserve none of this. And I hear so much about Gwinnett detectives. I hope they do their job and find the perpetrator who did this, because he's hurting a lot of people.
I will tell you, a lot of times when we go to these crime scenes, neighbors, family members, they don't really want to talk, understandably so. There's a lot of emotion, as you can imagine. These two gentlemen you heard from really went out of their way to tell us about Joe because they love this man. They felt that much for him. They wanted others to know about his story. Vinny?
Ryan, what about the guy who jumped out of the window? What are police saying about him?
Yeah. So he escaped. He's okay. He had some cuts and bruises, as you can imagine, from jumping out of a window, but he was not hit by any of the bullets. Police are telling us at this time he's not a suspect. Now, they're not releasing any details. It's not clear if he lived at that apartment. From what I've been told from neighbors, it was Joe Love who lived there. He had a kid. He had a wife, so it's not clear if that other guy lived there. And we don't know if he is helping police, but he at least saw something or he heard something that might be able to help out police.